neutral field. What's the bigger factor, the battle-tested team or the better-rested team? Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. This is the Capital One Orange Bowl, part of the college football playoff. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit. It's quarterfinal time in the CFP, and let's get it going. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. They'll run it here. Oh, he fought hard there, broke a tackle, but brought down short of the sticks.
Well, we've seen this from this defense all year long, the ability to stop the run, and they get things started here on this first play of the game with being stout up front.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. They pressure him and get him. A loss back to the 7-yard line.
Oh, another great play by an Alabama defensive lineman. And you just think about over the years, probably the last 30 years, going all the way back to John Copeland on that 1992 Alabama defense. Most recently, guys like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Quentin Williams. You can always count on Bama having great defensive linemen and difference makers.
Now on third and very long, looking to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. Third down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. On the ground, it's Thomas. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce that to the outside. There's just no room to run.
Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, a lot of times you match up a wide receiver, you get a linebacker on him. You'd like to think that the wide receiver can shake him. This linebacker is really athletic and is able to make plays in space.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Looking to throw it on third and very long. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end.
On third downs like this, you can only allow completions in front of you as long as you can protect the sticks. And that's what the defense did here. They knew where the sticks were, and they were able to make the tackle short of the line.
Alabama looking to convert on fourth down here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. The short completion of the tight end. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. So the offense chooses to decline the pass interference penalty, and the result of that play will stand. So first and 10 for the offense after a costly fourth down penalty on the defense. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. The receiver makes the catch. Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. A completion makes it second down. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They stop him, but it's a first down.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
Offense does a really nice job of timing up this screen pass, using the defense's aggression against them here, and the back's able to navigate his way for a first down.
Alabama's offense now lining up on first and goal. They'll hand it off. The defense all over. They stop him right at the line.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
So it sets up a second and goal from the 4. On second and goal, they'll give him another chance. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss of the play.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
After a long drive, it's a third down. Is it a touchdown or a field goal? This is a 4-point play. Out of the gun now on third down. Caught near the goal line. Nowhere to run. No corralling for no gain.
We have third down. The offense has the advantage here on third down to be able to get the ball downfield. They make the completion, but this defense is just flying around. They make the catch, but they have nowhere to go after.
It's fourth and goal from the 5, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. He's looking to throw. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama, as they claim the lead in this playoff game. So what happened there? The defense just lost track of the tight end down the goal line.
I don't know. I don't know if they were just so focused on defending the goal line, they just completely forgot about the tight end. That'll be probably the easiest touchdown throw and catch of the game we see all day.
BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Returner decides to field it. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. DB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. The Ducks pick up enough for a first down.
Nice job here by this back picking up a first down and living up to the legacy that they have in Eugene. There have been so many good backs. I mean, the list goes on, but right off the top of my head, you got to start with Kenyon Barner and Michael James and throw in DeAnthony Thomas. What a golden era it was for the Oregon Ducks when it came to running backs. And they're still trying to live up to that to this day.
Finally marked out after a big game, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. The defensive penalty is declined. Offense very happy to take the result of that play. Offense on the move now as that penalty gives them a fresh set of downs. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Well, they try the middle, but for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Running back grabs it on the screen. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. The Ducks looking to run some tempo here. On the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Looking to scramble. Breaks loose at the 40. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
And this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on it, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
Oh, what a move. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. The defensive penalty makes it a very manageable second down and 2 for the offense. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. They look to throw it here on second down. Oh, and he can't hang on. The little screen pass there, and that's going to bring up third.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Third and short here in this playoff game, in the 8th play of the drive. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Pass caught. Can he get in? Touchdown, Oregon. A much-needed counterpunch delivered. They were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Ball handed off. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go. So at the end of one, we are dead even as these teams continue their pursuit of a national championship. Let's take a quick look at the game summary so far. We'll see if the rest of this playoff game can live up to a very competitive opening period. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. On the jet sweep. Breaks into open space. He's in the clear. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground.
Boy, what a great job of using his speed. Get him on the edge, allow him to be able to pull away from people, pick up big yards, and come up with a nice first down.
Receiver makes the grab. He makes the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, these big pass plays can jumpstart this offense a bit. And here they go at the tempo, looking to get this defense confused and out of position.
Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
It looks right for a quick completion.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quick throw, catch made. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
The tight end has got it. They finally make the stop, but a huge gain sets up a 1st and goal.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line. These are tough yards to come by. Positive yards. Good push inside there by that offensive line.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Bama. That kind of execution on a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run or the pass, picking up 1st downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do. They made it look easy.
You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Comes back out on the field. On the last possession, the defense just had no answer for this powerful ground game. Let's see what they can do this time. On the run here. Lets it go. Looking right. This one caught. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. And the Ducks hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
Okay, here they go. Big 1st down, good pickup, and they are off and running.
Moves out of the pocket. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run. No huddle now for the offense. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. The pocket breaking down. Swarmed by the pass rush.
Well, that's their 2nd sack already in this game right now. And this offensive coordinator, he's going to have to come up with some changes in pass pro. Keep a tight end in, roll the quarterback out, anything they can do to help him out. Otherwise, this poor guy's going to spend his entire playoff experience on his back.
Defense is coming after him. Looking deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 15, still running. He's brought down at the 6. The offense will have 1st and goal right there. The Ducks trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's got it near the end zone. Brought down, but the catch moves the ball all the way down to the 1. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it. Oh, that one's picked off. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense.
Chris, how about the big 300-pound defensive offensive lineman getting his paw on that football and bringing it in for an interception.
So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. We'll hand it off. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Hey, it's a great job in this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. It's a nice game. We'll move the football up to the 27.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a 1st down for this offense.
The quarterback now all alone in the backfield. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Oh, the pass is picked off. Could take it all the way. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Oh, for defensive backs, man, they salivate for opportunities like this. Some may only get 1 or 2 a year. And he was not going to squander this chance.
Looking out throwing here to start the drive. On the move now. Using his legs here. He's got the 1st down and more. Tackle finally made down at the 13-yard line.
And it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
The Ducks are in the red zone. And now the handoff. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. The offense going with the hurry up. Defensive backs up with the line, showing press. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He escapes the pocket. Looking to the end zone. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Ducks. This college football playoff game is all tied up. And Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly. And they're doing so with such high stakes. Answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
Fields it just outside the goal line. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Picks up some blocks. Can he make it? Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He will score. A kick return for a touchdown in a playoff game. This stadium has come alive.
How badly does this guy and this unit want to get to the national championship? This is huge and a game-changing moment that I think we may be looking back at as a turning point in the game. Great blocks and great speed there for the touchdown.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. First down. They're going to throw the football. He's looking deep here. Aggressive call, a deep shot on 1st down, but incomplete.
Well, if it hasn't been made abundantly clear by now, they want to get the ball downfield to this guy. That was almost his 2nd touchdown alone here in the 1st half.
So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation. Grab by the receiver.
Simple pitch and catch on the drag route. Quarterbacks love these routes because they're short throws. But those yards after the catch kind of pad your stats.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Got him out open, hits him right in stride. Oh, and he's in the clear down the left side. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Oregon. He broke broke away, and they couldn't catch it.
Let's go. What a fantastic half we've had here. You talk about a last-minute lead change through the air, and we can only hope the second half's going to be as exciting as this has been.
And now they'll set up for the point after. And it's good. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. This is a squib kick. Picked up by one of the up men. Tackle made out at the 40. That's a good return. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. Receiver in motion now. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking deep to the right side. Oh, he dropped it. Can you believe it? A huge gain slips through his hands.
Well, they don't hit this one, but I love the idea of the offensive coordinator continuing to try to find the hot hand as a receiver. They missed this one, but keep throwing him the football. He's a mismatch against his secondary.
Incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 from the 40. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. This time a completion. They make the stop, but he's in enemy territory now. First down to the 45. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. Here's a 1st and 10 play. From the shotgun, drops back. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They bring him down after a short gain there. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. They bring him down, but not before gaining first down yardage to the 22. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half.
You know, this is what makes this receiver so dangerous. If you play him in man, he can run by you for a big play. You decide to sit back in zone, and he's got the savvy and instincts to be able to find that soft spot in the zone, make a catch, and be dangerous after the catch as well.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. First down, looking to throw the ball. He's going to take off. He stopped just short, down at the 2, but an excellent run. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. This will likely be the last play of the half. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, tied.
Great job here by the play caller, going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. It's very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
PAT puts him in front by 7. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Return begins inside the 10. And the coverage team brings him down as the clock runs out in the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Ducks will kick this away to begin the second half. So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. The passing game very hard to stop in the first half. Let's see if they can begin to feature the run game here. Has the first down and more. He's found some room at the 45. Finally brought down after an explosive play for this offense. Big gain.
looks a blur with a football in his hands. He gets one block out in front of him. It seems like he's setting a new speed barrier.
So the explosive play changes the complexion of the drive. They're set up outside the 30 now. Catch made on the out route. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Quarterback finds an open target on the left side, and he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, the defense had everything covered downfield. The quarterback tries to check it down, but how about the defensive speed to be able to sniff that out?
And he'll drop back here on third down. They make the tackle, but the offense now set up with a first down at the 21.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
Just much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
The quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to throw yet again. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
That's a big sack by this defense here on first down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a first-and-goal situation.
After the big loss on first down, it's second and goal backed up. And the wideout goes in motion. Caught quickly. Tackled down at the 3 after the catch. Defense up against it now.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws. They are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
Makes a quick grab. Touchdown, Alabama. This offense really clicking. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
And the kickoff will be returned. He stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He'll just throw it away to avoid the sack. Incompletion sets up a second down. And the quarterback keeps it on the option.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking to scramble. He's going to pull it down and run. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now.
Well, the quarterback knew the one thing he can't do here is take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. Now, he didn't pick up the first down, but he gave him a shot. I think he'll get some love from his guys for that effort.
Offense choosing to go for it here on fourth down. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. Pressure is coming. Contact as he threw it. Oh, he makes the catch. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
That's what you love to see from the quarterback, recognizing the receiver's past the marker, and a good job by the receiver to know where he needed to go to get that first down.
And the Ducks will line up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. That one moves the ball across the 40. The Ducks also to the line to run the hurry up.
This offense is known for that up-tempo approach. The defense has got to make their calls and get adjusted and ready to play.
He's going to take a shot down the left side. An outfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
Cannot connect, incomplete, and now 4th down.
Well, they go to the air to try to pick up this first down, but it just wasn't meant to be. Defense was ready, made sure to force them into this 4th down situation.
Crucial play, down double digits in the second half. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Delivers quickly to the left side. The pass is intercepted.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Takes the handoff, heads to the right. He's got room to run. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Good enough for 1st down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss.
Not only does the defense stack him up at the point of attack, but he was instantly pushed backwards. The defense was prepared to defend the RPO.
Important 2nd down play coming up. Looking to pass this time. Caught by the receiver. Breaks loose at the 45. They make the stop, but it's a big play to the 31.
What a gain here. Big play for this offense. The quarterback and receiver just seem to be in sync. Tough on that corner to try to make a play on that ball.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. An inside give now from the shotgun. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. Looks to the left, pass caught, and the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Quarterback will throw it off the run pass option. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. So on 4th down, the decision is to trot out the field goal team. he missed it. Off target that time. Off the miss, the lead is still 14, a two-possession game.
Oh, my gosh, he had it right on target. Unfortunately, he didn't quite have the distance. That hit right in the middle of that crossbar, and they miss out on 3 points.
And one final play before the end of the quarter. Ball handed to the running back. They've got him behind the line. It's a tackle for loss to wrap up the third quarter. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. And as we reach the end of 3, time is running out in this crucial contest for both these programs to stay alive in the quest for a national championship. Let's check out the game summary before we move on. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Play fake, looking to throw. Moves out of the pocket. On the move, looking deep down the right side. Breaks into the clear. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. The Ducks come up to the line in a hurry-up. And the quarterback dropping back. He'll be taken down. Marker on the field. If it's on the offense, that'll be a sack. So the offense will decline the penalty and just take the result of that play. Second down and goal upcoming. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. They've got him. Again, he couldn't escape.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying the lead.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. And he'll be brought down. The field goal here doesn't help the cause. They're going to go for the touchdown here on fourth down. Quarterback drops back. And the pass is incomplete. That's a big stop with his defense on fourth down.
What a great job by this defense, really all game long. It's very fitting. Here we are now in the fourth quarter on a fourth down play. They step up yet again. Now you get the ball to your own offense, you work that clock, and you seal victory.
So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They're going to run it here. Fights back the line of scrimmage, avoids the safety, but nothing more.
That was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Second down after that previous play. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit.
And it's intercepted with a desperation throw here. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense.
Well, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
And he's finally tackled at the 3, defense getting pushed backwards. The Ducks looking to crank up the tempo a bit. They look to throw it here on second down. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he's in. Touchdown, Ducks. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
The kick is good, and the kicker got clobbered. Flags all over the field. That's the last thing you want to do as a defense, trying to hold the lead late in the game. Undisciplined penalty. That one sails out of the back of the end zone at the touchback. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Catch is made down the middle. And he'll go down after a solid gain, more than enough for a first down.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete.
Well, it's really hard to be accurate when you're falling back and not getting anything on the football. He threw that ball off his back foot.
So second down after the incompletion. A quick throw out left complete. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Well, defending this guy, you need more than one defender. You really got to stress rallying to the football because this guy can make people miss.
Here we go. Crucial play coming up. It's third down and 3. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. The receiver grabs it. Stop right there at the line. No gain. The defense will spend their second timeout here to make some adjustments.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
It's a one-possession game. They'll elect to go for it here on fourth down. Takes the toss, heads to his right. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a fourth down stop. They'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
And now the running back's got it again. He's past the marker and still going. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Quarterback keeps the football. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the Ducks come to the line with a hurry up.
Oh, my gosh. Give this defense all the credit in the world. They had their eyes in the right position, playing assignment football. Quarterback just looking for daylight. Couldn't find anywhere to go there on the keeper on the option. Again, that's great assignment football by the defense.
Running out of time in the pocket. Makes the catch inside the 10-yard line. Ball carrier brought down, but a flag's on the field. Let's check out this call. It's been a rough game for this offensive line, allowing 4 sacks and now flagged on the holding call. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Looking for a man. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. He's bringing it back. And they'll finally bring him down after a huge return. The defense doesn't just get the takeaway. They set the offense up in great field position.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
Working clock with the ground game. Fights off a defender. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Playoff game on the line here. Can the offense play keep away and secure the victory? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. Coming down to the final 2 minutes here. Offense looking to keep the football and secure the win. On third down, it's a handoff. He's going to lose ground on the run, and now it brings up fourth down. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Rolling the dice a bit, up one possession and going for it on fourth down. They're moving the receiver now before the snap. Looking to throw for the first down. Escapes the pocket. Putting toward the end zone. And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Bama.
Chris, this is a huge touchdown late in this game to make this a two-possession game with under a minute to go. I think it's safe to say they can secure victory here.
Extra point up and good. A two-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fielded near the end line. He's going to come out with it. Tackled at the 23, brought it out, tried to make a play. Good coverage that time. Start the drive here from the 23-yard line. And looking to throw now on first down. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? And the defense is going to win this game, crushing any chance of a comeback. Now they can secure the W by just kneeling down. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation.
Well, that interception really about cost them the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that's going to wrap it up. The loser starts the offseason. The winner moves on. And so do we. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.